Could your multivitamins, especially your prenatal, if you're trying to get pregnant, be harming you? Now, of course not, right? Because you take a multivitamin or a prenatal to boost your nutrition, to make sure you're getting all the vitamins and minerals that you possibly may not be getting if you're busy, you don't eat right, and other things down the line. We always just want to check the box and make sure that the vitamins and the minerals that we take are just right so that we can make sure everything's covered. So how in the world could they ever harm you? Well, this is a really good scenario that I wanted to share with you today because most people don't understand that your multivitamin, especially your prenatals, because of that folic acid that we're seeking to get pregnant and to boost the baby's reserves, can actually be damaging some parts of the system. Now, how is that? Well, number one, let's look at the multivitamins. All multivitamins are not created equally, and most of them, honestly, are not even necessary. They're too much of a good thing that most of it gets drained, out of your system. And vitamins, especially the commercial ones like Centrum or the ones in drugstores or Costco or grocery stores, most of them have really toxic fillers in them. Some of them are derived, expressed from coal and tar. Some of them have extra filler ingredients like maltodextrin, corn syrup, cornstarch, lake number 6, yellow number 5, red 40. Anytime you have a number and a color, that's not a good thing. These ingredients are very toxic and they have been shown to cause cancer. They are artificial ingredients that should be thrown away, and a lot of them have preservatives that really should stay out of your body. So if you are taking one of these commercial vitamins to meet your nutritional needs, then you might do better without them, because all of these extra ingredients as fillers will be offsetting any nutritional value that you may be getting from the vitamin C in your multi. I hope you understand that, because it's really, really crucial. Sometimes it is better to eat the orange for your vitamin C than ascorbic acid in that vitamin C, even though it has like a lot of milligrams and you're trying to boost your immunity and all of this stuff. Sometimes it really doesn't work that way, because the human body likes things that are biologically as natural as possible, and multivitamins are not that. Which leads me to the second problem with multivitamins and supplementing, especially with prenatals, if you are trying to get pregnant, is folic acid. Most OBGYNs, when women say, I want to start getting pregnant, first thing, what do they tell you? Start on a prenatal, right? And that's mostly because everybody wants to cover the folic acid part with the neural tube defects and things that have been seen in the past, which is true. But most of the American population has way too much folic acid in their diet anyway. If you have a high gluten diet, meaning you eat bread, toast, cereals, whatever, donuts, whatever gluten containing, you already have a lot of folic acid in your system without supplementing. And that's because every single wheat product in America, by law, has to be enriched with niacin and all these synthetic B vitamins and a lot of folic acid. So that could be problematic, because the majority of the population that really doesn't know about it has way too much folic acid. And why is this a problem? Because the majority of the population has a positive reading for a gene expression called MTHFR gene mutation. That simply means that there is a gene that helps you break down folic acid. And if you have this gene, if you're positive for the MTHFR gene mutation, that means that your body has a difficult time breaking down folic acid. So you see how even enriching the majority of products in this country could be problematic and is harming people without them even knowing, right? So you may not even know you have this gene mutation. And for me, it really doesn't even matter if you have this gene mutation. It's just about starting with not supplementing so much with extra folic acid because you're trying to have a baby. I hope you're following that. And it's because if you do have the gene mutation, you have a difficult time breaking down folic acid. So if you're taking a standard prenatal or a commercial prenatal, you're adding more folic acid into the body and you're already having a tough time breaking that down. So down the line, there could be problems in your detoxification pathways, like your liver, your kidneys, your gut, even your skin. And it could be affecting why you may not be getting pregnant, or it could be affecting other things that we don't know down the line, right? So if you want to get pregnant, make sure you are using a folate or a methylated version of folic acid, because you don't really have to know if you have the gene mutation. It really doesn't matter, because you really just need better supplementation and a little bit more strategy or a little bit more support, right? And so when you look at how these vitamins and supplements can be harming you, then you can understand what you can do in general, naturally, right? Remember, the problem could be most multivitamins and prenatals, they're filled with junk. They're filled with fillers, excess just junk, and sugars that you don't want in your system. They're not healthy. They are not nutritious. So they're offsetting any nutritional vitamin or mineral thing that you think is beneficial. You may have a positive MTHFR gene mutation, and then you have a difficulty breaking down extra folic acid and B vitamins. So extra supplementation might not be doing good for you. And if you have a high gluten diet, we already have too much folic acid in the population, and that could just be really congesting things down the line, causing more health problems, more hormonal imbalances for women if you're dealing with fibroid cysts, endo, PCOS, because you are not breaking all of this stuff down. That's by the food you're eating and possibly the supplements that you have, chosen to do it yourself, kind of thing. All right, so what do you do? What do you do from a holistic point of view? Always, always, always start with food. Start with food. And this is what really gets overlooked. And if you always need any more direction or strategy and focus, and you really want to double down on this, always feel free to reach out to me. I have the easiest reset. We have a lot of fun, and I guide you to mostly starting to eat for your hormones and for detoxification, because it is not about more fat, more protein. It is always about detoxification. Remember, doesn't matter what you're supplementing with, doesn't matter, what gene is turned on and off. If you're detoxing appropriately using food, then things really start to line up. So if you're supplementing because you're trying to have a baby, you want more folic acid, and you're taking a multivitamin for your nutritional needs, start with food. High folic acid foods are found in asparagus, spinach, lentils, beans. Foods such as that are a good source of folic acid. Now, if you're trying to get pregnant, you might need to supplement, but work with a practitioner like myself who can really understand what is in these supplements that are not doing damage or possibly impeding the pregnancy, right? Your ability to get pregnant, because it's all really connected. Your detox, I'm talking mostly about the liver, is huge in your ability to get pregnant, okay? And the second thing, got to focus on detoxification always. Like I said before, to me, it does not matter if you have a positive gene, MTHFR gene mutation or not. If you always focus on eating for detoxification, or creating your lifestyle around detoxification, you should have little problems. And especially if you have fibroid, cysts, endo, or any hormonal imbalance, detoxification is key for you, and it could be years in the making that you are not detoxifying what we need detoxifying, like all these toxins and excess hormones coming in through food, water, and other things. That is going to be key. That is not going to be found in a multivitamin, or especially in a prenatal, and that could be that missing link for you and your hormonal imbalance or your fertility imbalances. Okay. And the third thing is always work with a practitioner. I know that with supplements, you can get them anywhere. You do not need a prescription. But when it comes to supplementation, they are not all created equal. Like I said, a lot of them have junk fillers and things that are kind of toxic to your body in the long run. And if you work with a practitioner, or like myself, I do supplements and mostly herbs, because women have a variety of needs, not just a B vitamin supplement. If you need a B vitamin supplement, you need other things that herbs and herbal formulas can do for you. And so you need to work with the practitioner that understands the bigger holistic picture. It's not just about your liver. It's not just about your vitamin C needs. It's not just about losing weight. It's the bigger picture and what organs are happy, which ones need a little bit more help, things like that. And most practitioners that are aware of this, they know about the fillers, they know what you should be staying away from. And so I always encourage you to reach out if you need more support, if you've done it yourself for a while and things aren't, you're not losing enough weight, your skin isn't clear, you're not sleeping well, you still have hormonal imbalances, your fibroids are growing, you're still not able to get pregnant regardless of surgeries or IVF or IUI. All of this is at play. And I know if you're taking a prenatal and some antioxidants and still the mountain hasn't moved, you haven't gotten to your goal, it's because there are bigger pictures in this scenario that need attention. And you might not need to focus on this prenatal supplementation for the folic acid, because you might need to focus more on detoxification so that you can break this stuff down that's coming in. Okay. So always feel free to reach out and make sure you are always aware of what you're putting into your body, regardless of if it has a prescription or if it's a supplement or a vitamin, because it's not always as safe as you have been led to believe. If you need more support, go ahead and let me know below and reach out. More than happy to reach back out to you. Take care.